Hello everyone and welcome to today's presentation of taking control of your credit report. In this workshop, you will learn some very valuable information that is designed to help you get your credit in good standing, show you how to raise your scores so that you can use credit to your advantage, and show you how to detect and correct fraud and identity theft. This information is very valuable for you to have so that you can improve your overall financial health. Get ready to correct and repair your credit so that you can use it to build your financial future. If you're ready, we'll get started. Today, we're talking about your credit report. We'll talk about how to get your report for free, how to review it, and how to fix any mistakes you find. We'll touch on the difference between a credit report and a credit score. We'll also talk about scammers, including the ones who promise to quickly boost your credit, but instead just take your money. We'll also show you ways to take control of your credit so that you can use it as leverage to create a solid financial future. When people talk about your credit, they usually mean your credit history. Your credit history describes how you use money and includes things like how many credit cards and loans you have, and whether you pay your bills on time. Your credit history can make a big difference when you try to apply for a loan or credit card, buy or lease a car, rent an apartment, get a job, or buy insurance. Credit bureaus like Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion collect this information into your credit report. Businesses pay the credit bureaus to use this information to help decide if they want to do business with you and on what terms. For example, lenders use it to decide what interest rate to charge you. So, your credit affects not just whether you'll get a loan, but what you'll pay for it. Others who might look at your credit history include landlords, insurance companies, and potential employers. If businesses see that you always pay your bills on time and never take on more debt than you can pay back, they'll usually feel more confident about working with you. That's why your credit history can make a big difference when you do things like try to get a loan, a car, housing, a job, insurance, and more. You might be wondering, how is my credit history recorded and by who? The early credit reporting agencies were small, local organizations that were essentially groups of merchants sharing information about consumers. This allowed them to offer credit to more people and avoid lending to high-risk individuals. These organizations were industry-specific and did not share information with each other. In 1960, it is estimated that about 1,500 independent local credit bureaus were in operation in the United States. According to the Philadelphia Federal Reserve Board, these bureaus were working with local lenders with incomplete and often unverifiable information. The bureaus didn't just collect the information you might expect, such as your name and loan information. They also gathered sensitive personal information such as marital status, age, gender, race, religion, employment history, driving records, and drinking habits. The credit bureaus didn't stop there. They checked the local newspapers for announcements of promotions, marriages, arrests, and deaths, and they attached the newspaper clippings to consumers' credit reports. They would even go so far as to ask someone's neighbors and colleagues for testimonies about that person's character. Even the local welcome wagon was working undercover for the credit bureaus. This organization would surreptitiously gather information on new residents of an area under the guise of welcoming them to the neighborhood. The credit bureaus were focused solely on serving the local creditors that belonged to their respective organizations. As such, they typically only reported derogatory information. Furthermore, there was no standardized way to evaluate a person's creditworthiness. It was all based on the subjective whims and prejudices of the creditor looking at their credit file. What's worse is that the credit bureaus did not allow consumers to view the information that was being reported about them. There was no way for consumers to verify whether the information was correct or where it came from. Today, your habits with credit is reported to independently owned companies called credit bureaus. There are 3 major bureaus in the United States. They are TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax. These credit bureaus collect and maintain consumer credit information, and they resell it to other businesses in the form of a credit report. Your credit report summarizes your credit history. Because it affects so many things in your life, it's important to find out what it says and make sure that it's correct. If there are mistakes, you'll want to fix them. To start with, get your free credit report. By law, you can get a free copy of your credit report every week from each of the 3 major credit bureaus, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. To get your report, visit annualcreditreport.com or call 1-877-322-8228. Annualcreditreport.com is the only site where the report is really free, and where it's your legal right to get your report. Other sites may charge you money. There may also be fake sites set up to steal your personal information. At annualcreditreport.com, you'll fill out an online form with your name, birth date, and social security number. They'll ask you some questions to make sure it's you, and then you'll get your credit report. A quick note about credit scores. Your credit score is based on the information in your credit report. Sometimes businesses use your credit score to quickly predict how likely you are to repay a loan and pay your bills on time. Different credit bureaus use different models to calculate it, so your score can vary. But it's usually a number somewhere between 300 and 850. It might be interesting to know your score, but when it comes to reviewing your credit history and fixing mistakes or problems, you're better off focusing on your credit report. Also, unlike your credit report, there's no free annual credit score required by law. Some companies you do business with might give you free credit scores. Others may give you a free credit score if you sign up for their paid credit monitoring service. Before you pay any money to get your credit score, be sure you know what you're paying for. Once you have your credit report, check to make sure the information is accurate, complete, and up to date. Here, you're looking for possible mistakes. Do they have the right name and address listed? Make sure they have the right information about how you pay your bills, like if a company didn't credit you for a payment you made. You're also looking for signs of possible identity theft. For example, if you see accounts on your report that you never opened, or credit inquiries by companies where you never applied for credit. Go through each section of your report and note any mistakes you find. One thing to remember: sometimes one credit bureau will have slightly different information from the others. So, make sure you review your credit reports at all 3 nationwide credit bureaus, especially if you're about to apply for a loan for a big purchase like a house or a car, or if you're about to buy insurance, or apply for a job. Otherwise, consider how often you feel like you need to check all 3.
Shopping for a car? Applying for a job? Looking for a home? Or just getting your financial house in order? Then it's time to check your credit report. Good news, it's free. The law entitles you to 1 free copy of your credit report from each of the 3 nationwide credit reporting companies every 12 months. Why is it important to check your credit report? It has important information about your financial accounts, how you pay your bills, and if you file for bankruptcy. You want to make sure everything is accurate, especially before you buy a house or a car, or apply for a job. If you notice something wrong, contact the credit reporting company and business providing the information to correct the error. And checking your report can help you guard against identity theft. Visit ftc.gov/ID theft if you spot accounts that aren't yours. How do you order your free credit report? Order online from annualcreditreport.com, the only authorized website for free credit reports, or call 1-877-322-8228. You'll need to provide your name, address, social security number, and date of birth to verify your identity. Keep in mind, you're entitled to 1 free copy of your credit report every 12 months from each of the 3 nationwide credit reporting companies. So the next time someone asks, "How's your credit?" you'll have the answer. To order your free credit report, visit annualcreditreport.com or call 1-877-322-8228.
What if you spot a mistake on your credit report? Maybe it's a mistake in your name or address, or an unpaid debt that's been on your credit report for more than 7 years. That, by the way, is the limit for most negative information on your credit report. If you find mistakes on your report, you can take steps to fix them. Both the credit bureau and the company that supplied the incorrect information have to correct information that's wrong or incomplete in your report. And they have to do it for free. To correct mistakes in your report, contact the credit bureau and the business that reported the inaccurate information. Tell them you want to dispute that information in your report. For the credit bureaus, dispute mistakes with each credit bureau that has the mistake. Do that by mail, phone, or online. Explain to them what you think is wrong. If you need to, send copies of documents that support your dispute, but keep your original documents. No matter how you file your dispute, the credit bureau has 30 days to investigate it, and has to give you the results in writing. There's a different process to follow if you think that inaccurate information on your credit report is due to identity theft. If you see accounts on your report that you never opened or credit inquiries by companies where you never applied for credit, these may be signs of identity theft. Visit identitytheft.gov to report the identity theft and get an FTC identity theft report. Identitytheft.gov will walk you through the next steps of sending your identity theft report to the credit bureaus and contacting the businesses where the identity theft occurred. You'll also get a personal recovery plan. Remember that you can only use identity theft reports for debts that result from identity theft. Filing an identity theft report to block information about debts that you really do owe is against the law. Let's talk a moment about truthful but negative information on your credit report. Negative information is information about things like late or missed payments, accounts that have been sent to collection agencies, repossessions, and bankruptcies. Most accurate negative information will stay on your credit report for 7 years. Bankruptcies will stay on your report for 7 to 10 years, depending on the type of bankruptcy. There are companies that promise they can fix your credit. You see the ads all over in newspapers, on TV and radio, in the mail, and online and in email. You might even get calls offering credit repair services. They all make claims like these, promising to quickly remove accurate negative accounts from your credit report. Do yourself a favor and save some money too. These claims are signs of a scam. Simply don't believe them. Companies that promise to repair your credit can't remove truthful negative information. It takes time to go away. If a company tells you it'll get rid of any negative information on your report even if the information is accurate and timely, that company is a scam. Walk away. If you have a problem with a credit repair company, or if you spot a scam, please report it to the FTC at reportfraud.ftc.gov or reportifraude.ftc.gov to report in Spanish. This is what the site looks like when you report a scam. The FTC uses reports to investigate and bring law enforcement cases. Reports also help the FTC know what scams to alert people about, so they can protect themselves, their friends, and family. When you follow a few short steps at reportfraud.ftc.gov, your report is instantly available to more than 3,000 federal, state, and local law enforcers across the country. And once you tell the FTC what happened, you'll get advice on what to do to recover and how to guard against fraud in the future. If you're considering hiring a credit repair company, look for the red flags of a scam. Don't do business with a company that insists you pay before it helps you. That is not legal. Tells you not to contact the credit bureaus directly. Disputes information in your credit report that you know is accurate, or tells you to lie on your applications for credit or loans. Those are all signs of a scam. And remember, anything a credit repair company can do for you legally to dispute information on your credit report that's incorrect or incomplete, you can do for yourself at little or no cost. Improving your credit takes time, but you can do it. Your first step is to fix mistakes on your credit report, and that's what we've been focusing on. These steps also will help pay your bills by the due date. You want to avoid late payments because they have a big impact on your credit. Pay off your debt, especially credit card debt, as quickly as you can. Avoid taking on new debt if possible. If you're in debt and need help, look for a reputable credit counseling organization. You often can find nonprofit credit counseling programs offered through credit unions, universities, military personal financial managers, and the USDA's Cooperative Extension Service branches. Unlike credit repair scammers, a good credit counselor will discuss your entire financial situation with you and help you create a plan. They won't promise to fix all your problems or ask you to pay a lot of money before doing anything. Fixing your credit takes patience, but you can be confident in knowing that the sooner you begin working to improve your credit, the sooner you'll see results. Thank you for joining us for this presentation of Money Matters, taking control of your credit report. We hope that you have found this information to be a valuable part of your financial game plan to wealth. If you still have questions or would like more information on how to improve your credit health, feel free to request a one-on-one consultation at no cost with the financial professional hosting this presentation. Don't wait another day. You deserve to have a solid financial future.